guys, welcome to another video of Shit is Getting Real. I'm killing you hoes, but other than that, I hope you guys are doing well out here with this coronavirus, because this shit is not playing with y'all. It ain't playing with nobody, so stay safe. Today I want to talk about, I just look so beautiful. I can't get over it. You know what I mean? I'm just looking sexy as fuck. Let me get serious. So today I want to talk about dual identity. Dual identity affects me a lot. The expectations, basically the having to be two people at once and just having to be fake. Hate it. Really affects my mental health at times. My dual identity does feel my imposter syndrome, which I talked about in my last video, and I'm trying to learn to deal with it. I've learned to just be who I want to be instead of letting the expectations from both cultures drown me or suffocate me or smother me. So dual identity, you really don't know who you are because you're so busy being two different people. You never get to figure out who is Nuffy, who's Nuffy Joe, like who am I. So I can say that this past year, 2020, I've been figuring out who I am. I've been figuring out who I want to be and basically trying to know myself. So having to switch back and forth is very draining. I feel like when I'm in either stage, I'm very fake. For my American side, I feel like I have to be at times this ghetto person, or I have to be this person that I'm not. I have to put up this facade or this face to fit in, when basically I've never fit in. So I'm still trying to understand why I would do those, like be that fake person when I've never been able to fit in to begin with. So with my Senegalese side, I just feel like I never measure up no matter what I do. My Wolof, some Wolof baaxul noonu, but mën naa làkk tuuti Wolof. maa ngi jàng pour mën a làkk Wolof. Nekk naa si benn class where they teach Wolof. Maa ngi jàng jàngaat nan laa làkk Wolof bu baax. Okay, see, I had a little tough time. But yeah, I'm in a class to learn Wolof better and basically understand it deeper because I just feel like I owe it to myself. So yeah, with my Senegalese side, I just feel like I never can measure up. Like I said with my last video, I always feel like the odd man out everywhere I am. I always see other Senegalese girls basically that speak Wolof very well or are very into their culture, and I just feel like I wish I could be like her. Though I'm very into my culture, sometimes when you don't fit all the expectations or occasions for a culture, you can feel very you're over there, you're not with us, you're over there type thing. And my ex-boyfriend, my first ever boyfriend, used to make me feel like that. He would sometimes he wouldn't talk to me because he would say I have to speak Wolof to him. That was kind of, to me, a little heartbreaking, but it just kind of made me want to get my shit together more for that culture. So the stereotypes that I get from Americans for being Senegalese is that I'm not American, or I hate Americans because I'm African, and the one that I get from Senegalese is I'm too Americanized. And I'm just like, really, bitch? To both of them. Because I'm just I'm being these two different people, and I don't even know who I am. I could say the cultural expectations are, looking a person in the eyes in the African culture, that's disrespectful. That's basically challenging authority. But looking someone in the eyes in American culture is basically respect. You're showing that you respect somebody when you look them in the eyes when they're talking to you. But dealing with these two different cultures, when I came to America, I had to understand that I have to know when to switch each of them on. So honestly, I just feel really divided. Like I said, I'm just starting to learn and know myself. It's very challenging because you have to challenge each culture to understand that this is who I am and basically accept me for who I am. Whenever you're within each of them, when you say or do certain things that mirrors the other culture that they don't accept and they're hounding you for it, you have to this is who I am. You have to understand that this is who I'm going to be, and these are the things that I like to do, and this is the person I want to be. So I could say within my Senegalese culture, I always feel like I talk too much. whenever I'm around men and I'm speaking my opinion, like sometimes the way they look at me, or people that are older than me, sometimes the way they look at me is like kind of like shut up. But I always also feel like they look at me in a way where it's like you shouldn't have the opinions you have. You shouldn't be able to speak up the way you're speaking up. You should shut your mouth. You should be quiet. That's how I feel when I'm around elders, or when I'm around people speaking my opinion. And it's just like, damn, like I can't be me. Like I'm very alpha female type shit. Like I'm very opinionated. My American side, I just feel like they always think that. Well, they have stated also that I think that I'm better than them because I'm African, and because I'm educated, and because I'm choosing to further educate myself. And I also feel very left out in that community because I know that me being African is sometimes a problem. Like I remember my first job, my manager would tell me, "Oh, you think you know more than me, or you think you're better than me because you're African." And to me, that's like, oh, so you know that being African comes with like something behind it. Like we come with some pride. We come with we know who we are and we know who we want to be. I literally started crying in my last video because that's honestly how I feel. Having dual identity, the expectations, trying to figure out who you are, trying to meet all the expectations, just trying to be yourself at times, trying to please, trying to understand both cultures, just trying to be you is very, very hard, and it's very draining. I always feel like I don't belong anywhere, and I'm starting to accept that it's okay for you not to feel like you don't belong in both cultures. It's okay for you to find where you feel like you belong, or just to accept yourself as who you are. I feel like having dual identity, like I was studying in cultural psychology this semester, very draining, but you have to, sometimes in life you have to demand for people to accept you as who you are. You can't let cultural expectations, religious expectations, certain expectations in life basically drag you down or keep you from being or doing what you want to do. Expectations, I know I'm not the only one that deals with them because having a dual identity is very demanding, especially when one culture outweighs the other. Like Senegalese culture, I just feel like sometimes that culture can be very like choking or very smothering, and it's very hard when you don't feel accepted because you're trying to do everything. You're putting on sometimes these fake faces to be who you aren't, to fit in. So if you have a dual identity, I advise that you find basically a balance, and then you also understand that you have to be yourself. Within all of this, you have to be yourself. And even if people feel disrespected on either side, if people feel like you're a fraud, basically, they don't feel like you belong, you have to tell yourself, I belong. This is me. People are gonna have to accept me for who I am. No one's perfect. And I've learned the balance that I want to set, or the boundaries that I want to set for both of my cultures, and how they affect me mentally or just altogether, because I feel like both cultures can be very draining. And even being one person, very draining, but being two different people, like that's draining, like for real. See, I've been trying to work on my mental health and just not letting the expectations of both of these cultures weigh me down until I die, and basically living up to my own expectations, understanding that everything happens in God's timing, and that I cannot let these expectations of these cultures both reflect on the path that my life is supposed to take. So thank you guys for listening to another video of Shit Is Getting Real. Hope you guys enjoyed my talk about dual identity. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to tag it below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.